You're the director of Global Forum on Cyber Expertise. Can you tell more about the aim of the forum and from your perspective, why private-public partnership is so essential in creating cybersecurity cooperation and fostering development of cybersecurity in Europe?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I'm from the Global Forum on Cyber Expertise Secretariat, and that was launched in 2015. There was a big global conference on cyberspace in the Netherlands with moreover than 100 countries. And there was one big theme that everybody was talking about. That was cyber capacity building and the need for cyber capacity building. So the Netherlands as a host took the initiative to launch the Global Forum on Cyber Expertise with at that time 42 members, countries, so governments, private organizations, and also intergovernmental, like international organizations, like the European Commission is part of it, but also the African Union and that sort of organizations. And the aim was to that there are countries who are into on a national level into capacity building. They want all kinds of knowledge about certs, about responsible disclosure, about awareness campaigns, and all these countries are more or less doing the same things and acting on the same topics. So, and on a regional level, the European Commission was starting to get busy with cyber capacity building, and the Organization of American States were also on a regional level. So I think that the major reason why we wanted to launch this global forum is to sort of bring together the dots. So bring together all these parts of the world and make it possible within this platform and this network to exchange knowledge on cyber capacity building, or to help each other out with implementation, with really cyber capacity building. So that was the aim of the Global Forum on Cyber Expertise. And your question was why private sector? Why should they be involved?
You said about connecting the dots.
Yes.
The PPP is actually about connecting the dots. So why is it so crucial?
Yes, like for example, the critical infrastructure protection. That's a major important topic for almost all countries, and almost all countries do try to protect their critical infrastructure. But critical infrastructure like energy or the banking system, they're mostly in private. They are like private companies. So and they have the technical expertise, and they also have an interest, of course, to avoid attacks and to be resilient to cyber attacks. So that's why it's important that the government, who has an interest on the national security level, and also corporations, for example on the critical infrastructure protection, come together and exchange expertise. And there are all kind of, and also it's important, for example, if you have like awareness or awareness campaigns, that's also important for big private companies, because they also have their people who should be aware of cybersecurity. So they are both involved, and I think to keep to keep the world safe, like put it that way, it's really important to be all involved, private and public, and you need each other, and also in the end also the civilians, of course. They have the consumers.
So you're director of Global Forum, but you've also been engaged in the process of establishing the Dutch National Cybersecurity Strategy. In your opinion, what are the Netherlands' key capacities to be among the cybersecurity leaders in Europe?
Yeah. I think so. I'm head of the Global Forum on Cyber Expertise Secretariat, but I'm also Dutch. And in my former job, I was working at the Ministry of Security and Justice, responsible for our national cybersecurity strategy. And there's a big need. Like the Netherlands is an open country, and we are heavily relying on the internet, and also using the internet for our benefits and economic growth. So it's really important. So in 2010, 2011, then we said, okay, this is like threats are increasing in the world. We have to establish some structures and bringing together all these ministries who are doing something on cybersecurity, also on the private sector, and make public what we want as the Netherlands. To make public that this is an important topic. And our minister put it high on the political agenda. So that was the start of the cybersecurity strategy. And the first step was, we had two actually. The first step was to put in place structures like a national cybersecurity center or having a national cybersecurity council. Also to make the public aware of this is important and to really do something to build up cyber capability structures and also networks, and that's really important. And I think this is important, and now we are like 5-6 years further, and a lot of countries step in and say, okay, this is an important topic, and technology is developing, and we see some threats. We also have some threats, and I think for government it's really important not only to protect themselves, but only from opportunity side. I think for the next decade, for companies to decide in which country I'm going to have my headquarter or will I be based. The security thing will become more and more important. That you have good infrastructure, that you have your security on the right level. So that's really important. So also for the Netherlands, we realized we have to, like, the Netherlands should be a safe place to do business.
Yeah.
So that's I think this is also a part of it, and the other side of the coin is just to make sure you're secure and other countries don't steal your intellectual property and or danger or threat your critical infrastructure.
Yeah.
So this is why we realize, okay, this is an important thing. It won't go away. It will stay here. It will become increasingly more important. And if you take it seriously, it's also an opportunity, an economic opportunity for business, but also for business to come to a safe place, and also to start a cybersecurity industry.
All right, thank you very much. This is really insightful information. And the last question is about this conference, the CyberSec in Krakow. This is a place where we connect dots as well.
Yeah.
We meet different spheres, the state, military, business, and public. How do you find this forum? What are your learnings and maybe some aha moments at this forum?
My first impression was it's really well organized. So I've seen many conferences, and this one is really well organized. So congratulations with that. And it's also international, because I met a lot of, like I told you about the Global Forum on Expertise, and we have all members all over the globe. I met a lot of members here, so that's good to see. So I talked to people I haven't seen before. I haven't seen in a half a year or in 1 year, and so it's good. The networking opportunity is I would say is probably just as important as the content, and the content is good as well. So it's
happy
it's
to
a
hear that.
Yeah.
It's happy to know that we are already building a community of people who meet each other and share experience. I'll be happy to see you next year as well.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.